My name is Bryniah, and I'm a fashion designer, brand owner, artist, and I feel like I would just say I'm an all-around creative.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so my first question for you is, how does being a designer in St. Louis differ from being one in a larger creative hub?
I definitely feel like being a designer in St. Louis looks like, I feel like our creative scene, even for fashion designers, it's a lot of people that's emerging, but there's not many that resources to like get into fashion or learn how to be a fashion designer. And I feel like with my experience, like I'm a self-taught designer. I don't even know how I learned how to do all of this stuff, but I definitely feel like in other cities they have resources, opportunities. I can go here to learn how to do this. I can connect with these people to learn how to do this, but in St. Louis, especially for fashion design in general, and like the type of stuff that I do is kind of like a very like gate. I would say it's a little gate kept, especially with like. I definitely feel like fashion design is gate kept in St. Louis, but I definitely feel like one of my goals is to teach people how to sew and how to get into fashion or just curate their skills so that they could be a better designer.
Yeah, beautiful. Um, do you see your work as a reflection of St. Louis or as a reaction to it?
I definitely feel like I see my work as a reaction to it because, like, all of my experiences and everything that I've lived through to this point is a reaction to what I've been through, what I've seen, what I've experienced, like growing up in St. Louis. Some of those things can be negative, some of those things can be positive, but I feel like maturing is realizing that any negative impact that's something or something that's just like, okay, this taught me a lesson, like this made me stronger, this made me, I feel like a lot of my experiences, like, I just didn't have a lot of confidence in a lot of people. I feel like, in general, we kind of tear people down in the black community. And when we young and impressionable and trying to learn and grow through what we're going through and our circumstances and who we are, it's like when people are tearing you down or putting certain labels on you, it can kind of diminish who you are. But I definitely feel like with fashion, I'm able to reclaim like who I am and redefine like how I want to be seen. And I definitely feel like when I was growing up, I always, right now, I symbolize myself as the butterfly, like the caterpillar to the butterfly. But when I was like in middle school growing up, my favorite animal was a chameleon because all I wanted to do was fit in, like blend into everything around me. Like I was literally obsessed with chameleons, but it's like looking back, I see that like I didn't really have my own sense of self. I just wanted to like just be comfortable where I was. And now it's like the butterfly stands out. The butterfly wants to be seen. And I definitely feel like my fashion and my vision for my brand and captures the caterpillar growing into the butterfly and then ultimately like radiating as the butterfly.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, what has been the hardest part of being a designer from St. Louis, and what's maybe helped push you through?
I feel like one of the hardest parts has low key probably been the work. I think I'm kind of crazy because I be putting myself into very like stressful situations because like a lot of people like even like doing prom dresses, like a lot of other designers in the city, like they've been in the game for 10 plus years, like they've been making dresses for years, like they have like, and it's like when you in the game and like people like want to come to you like you one of the vets, like okay, I want to come to you, I want you to do this because I like your work. It is a lot of pressure, and it is like, okay, this is what you signed up to do, and you don't really know what you get into until you already in it, and you have to kind of learn through the experience that you're going through. But I definitely feel like even through the past 5 years of running my business, I've learned so much about myself, running a business, how to cater to clients, how I want to go from here. So I definitely feel like even in life, when you go through things and you experience things, it's all about like taking what you learn from those things and applying it to the next chapter, so then everything can like grow and evolve how you wish to see it and like what's best for you. Because I definitely feel like what's best for somebody else and what somebody else can do and what somebody else's vision and they dream is isn't the same as yours. So just figuring out yourself through the journey and realizing that like you can create your own path.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that was beautiful. What does it mean to you to carry the culture of this city forward through your work?
I definitely feel like, to me, the culture is really like the future. Like I see it as like the youth, the people that's currently here, and how we can like transform our mindsets and like transform our community to be one that's more accepting, to be one that's more loving, to be one that's more confident. Like we being confident is knowing that whatever you want to do, you can do it, and you don't have to turn anybody else down to do it. You don't have to do anything outside of yourself to lift yourself up. So I'm excited to use my brand to just show like what growth looks like, because I feel like even people that have been coming to me, like I have people that, like one of my clients, she started coming to me when she like literally 5 years ago. She was so little and now she is senior, but it's like from my first dress or my first hoodie to the stuff that I'm putting out now, or like I remember I painted this wall at my daddy old house. It was very questionable. But now, like, I've always been like this. But to see like my first project to now, or like seeing like even how I carry myself now, the things that I wear, how I speak, how confident I am, like you can grow and you can become better. Like this can be for everybody. It's not just like, oh, this person is just, they got, like some people are leaders and God has blessed them to show people, when you do this work, this is what you can do, but everybody can be that. So I'm excited to like just continue to connect with people that also are on the path that they just want to become better. It don't matter if you still going through your caterpillar phase, you can still transform and become the butterfly. It's literally a process, because every butterfly was once a caterpillar and vice versa. So I'm excited to continue to push that message through my brand, because my brand is the Butterfly Club, aka B2 Fly.
Okay. How do you think St. Louis creatives can better collaborate across disciplines?
I definitely feel like, and sometimes we do a lot of like social events, and I feel like when you at a social event, sometimes we not really like networking properly. Like, hey, my name is Bryniah. This is what I do. This is what my goal is. If you have any ideas on how you want to collaborate with me in order to make this happen, let's do that. Let's put something together. But I feel like it's kind of like more of like a high and by, or oh, I follow you on Instagram, so it's like I know you but I don't. But it's like it's kind of like we just actually want to connect and like solidify, like, okay, what, so then if you know what I'm trying to do, you can let me know what you're trying to do, and I can figure out, okay, how can we come together? Because I definitely feel like we have a lot of people that's tapped into our communities and us as individuals, but I feel like just communicating and like setting a plan and initiating that plan and acting on it will definitely like just, I really feel like it would just like get everything going, honestly. So I'm excited to like in the future, like just doing stuff that's beneficial for the community and to the community, and just getting people comfortable with speaking to each other. Because I definitely feel like after COVID, some people are just like, they don't know how to communicate with people like outside of DMs or text messages. They don't know how to like talk to people. So I definitely feel like just creating spaces where people do feel comfortable, and sometimes that's not always at like a high impact, like everybody's just kind of doing anything type of event. So I definitely feel like being more intentional about what impact do we want to make and how we can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then so the final question we have is, what would making it look like for you personally in St. Louis?
Making it for me personally in St. Louis looks like having my own like community center where we can teach art of all disciplines. Of course, I would be head fashion designer / artist teacher.
Of course.
I just like clothes, fashion. I feel like I just want to teach kids, like it don't even have to be kids, teens, people that always wanted to get into fashion, like people mamas be coming in here like, I just want to learn how to sew, but I just don't know where to start. Or like, anybody can be creative, anybody can do, and you could do whatever you want. But I definitely feel like it's hard to, it's a lot of stuff advocated to sports, but it's not a lot of stuff advocated towards like the arts. Or even for me, when I wanted to start getting into sewing, I'm searching high and low for a sewing class, but it's really hard to find something that's just, okay, I can go here and learn. I can go here and I have a community of people that can support me. And I definitely feel like it shouldn't be like, I want it to be accessible for everybody. It don't matter if you have it or you don't. Like, anybody can access this. And I definitely just feel like I want people to see me, and when they hear Be Too Fly or they see me, they see Be Too Fly and they know, like, this is what the Butterfly Club stands for. I know, like, I just want it to be more than just, okay, yeah, I know that she make clothes, because that's kind of what it is now. Like, oh, I know you make dresses, I know you do this, I know you do that, or I know you do fashion shows, but, like, what is the actual purpose of what you're doing, and making people know you from the why behind it instead of the what? Because I definitely feel like the why is what's pushing it, the why is what's inspiring me, and what's, like, that's why I started. And I definitely feel like as of recently, I'm just getting back to like where I started and how I can pull from that to really make my impact, because I just want to leave my mark in whatever way that I can. And I'm definitely excited to do this interview, because I feel like using your voice is definitely very powerful, and like people actually understanding and getting to know you outside of aesthetics and fashion, and who is this girl?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I feel like that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
You see, I try
My
to keep it very
gosh.
precise, very mindful.
Yes, very mindful. No,
Yes.
that was beautiful.